Well, we're out on another beautiful day with the dog squad. Billy's in front being Pathfinder. We're going somewhere different today. We're going to a different part of the foreshore. So we've not been mudlarking here for a long time, so I'm not quite sure what we'll find. So fingers crossed, hopefully we'll turn up something. But look at this. Can't grumble about these views. Absolutely stunning. And guess who's been in the water already? Smile for your fans, Bramble. Hi everyone, we're back on the foreshore. The dog squad's already in the water. I've got a good feeling about today. We're going to find some good stuff. So keep watching. Put your wellies on. And let's go. What do you reckon, Bramble? The dog squad's first real swim of the year. Getting warm now, and the water's not as chilled as it was. Yep, there we go. I've just found this, guys. I've just waded out a little bit and I found this bone. I don't know what it is. It doesn't look human, but I've absolutely no idea what it is. If anybody has any suggestions, let me know in the comments underneath. We'll see if we can find out what it is. I'm baffled. Well, I didn't think I'd find a boot this far out. Quite away from the shore, if you can see. Look, there's Bramble chasing after dog mum, and here's the boot. It's a good way out, so it's been washed out with the tide and it's got stuck in the sand. Can you see the bottleneck there? Nice little find. I get loads of these. Must get broken off when they were thrown away. But I've got a horrible feeling as the tide is eroding the banking. You can see all the different layers here. I think as the bottles are getting exposed, they're sort of rolling down into the murky depths. I hope it isn't, but that's looking what it's like. Likely happening. You can see how deep it is down there. Just go straight off. Great seeing the different colours. You know, you've got your sandy colours here. Then you've got like this grey coloration here, just this little band. Then it goes back to sand on the other side. I wonder what caused that. Something in history. It's fascinating how the currents and channels change. Even the beck is changed. It used to be a lot wider than this. You couldn't get across without your wellies on. I can stride across now. It's fascinating. Every time you come down it's different. Can you see the pot in the water? Now I've got to come up with an ingenious way of getting that out without getting drenched. Thinking cap on. Now I've got hold of a stick, but the dog squad have both got their eye on it as well. So if you hear a splash, it's the dogs have pushed me in to grab the stick. See Bramble's trying for it. Oh, give over, Bramble. Oh, get off. What you like? You're not helping. We can hook it out that way. Oh, the things I do for history. Oh, it looks in one piece, it is. Wow. I said I had a good feeling about today, didn't I? There we go. How about that? A jam pot. Oh, it's got a name on as well. See what it says. Cooperative Wholesale Society, Middleton Junction. Wow, what a great find. That is awesome. Took a bit of doing with the dog's help. You never know, we got there. I don't take everything I find when I come down on the foreshore. So I know there's some kids in the village come down mudlarking, and it's nice leaving them something to find. But this one, I'm going to upcycle this one. Maybe use in the kitchen for putting some wooden spoons in. It's a nice piece. So I'm impressed with that. In one of our other videos, I was pointing out how the banking was being sort of smashed to pieces by the tide. Well, this is the banking that was being smashed to pieces. You can see it's been smoothed over again with the sand. There were big gouges cut out, and now it just looks like any other beach. Fascinating, the processes that go on. You can see the tide's well out here. There's hardly any water left. What a fantastic outcrop of rock. Look at that, pushing upwards like that. Fantastic. I'm going to have a mooch round, see if I can find anything. Maybe there's something been wedged in between the rocks when it's been high tide. Let's go and have a look. It's just like an outcrop that's been pushed up off the beach. Everywhere else is sand. Well, for some reason this has been pushed up. I love the different colours. It's all the different layers. Fantastic. Near the shell duck, that noise. This sand is horrible to walk on if you look. It's like a crust that you step through. Yeah, I'm going to have aching calves tonight. Bramble's not bothered, she loves it. Look what we've just found. It's a curly shell, and for the life of me, I can't remember what they're called. So if anybody knows, leave a message in the comments please. I'll call it a curly ice cream cone shell. It's beautiful, isn't it? The structures that nature makes are just incredible. It's really beautiful and intricate. Absolutely fantastic. We've just been walking along. I don't know if you can see it in the sand there. There's a bottle. Is Bramble going to find it? She's on it. She's on it. There we go. Well done, you. Fetch it. Good girl. Fetch it. Good girl. What a good girl. What is it? It's a sheer neck ink bottle. Well done, Bramble. That was awesome. What a dog. What a fantastic dog. Hi guys, we've got another good roundup for you. Before we start, what I'd like to do is say a massive thank you, and so would Bramble. Look, she's giving you a wave now. A big thank you to all the people who've liked and subscribed our videos. We're over 300 now, and it's absolutely fantastic. We're absolutely made up. Now, it might not be big numbers to some channels, but for us, it's incredible. It's massive. We never thought we'd get so many, so a big thank you to everybody. Isn't that right, Bramble? Yeah, sending you all a big kiss and a big hug. So it's lovely to see, when we put on our channel it says 300 subscribers. Fantastic, and I love reading all the comments that you all leave. It's really nice that people are enjoying sharing our adventures, and that we've got dog squatters spread all over the world. It really is sort of mind-blowing, really. But thank you very much. Thank you. All right, Bramble. Now, what I want to talk to you today is about this. Now, I've upcycled it, and it's growing basil now. And if we had smelly vision, it smells absolutely delicious. I love the smell of basil, and so does Bramble. But it's the pot that interests me. I'll just flip it over so you can see. It says, oh, Bramble's gone. It says the Cooperative Wholesale Society, Middleton Junction. Okay. Now, I love mudlarking. I love finding the history. I love finding all the little links to history. Now, this pot is it's a lovely history, but it was created at a very, very dark period of English history. The cooperative wholesale societies were created at a time when people were expected to live on twopence a day, 2 pence a day. It was created in a time when cholera and dysentery were rife throughout the north of England. It was a time when, basically the north of England had become enslaved to the big businesses of the Industrial Revolution. It was normal for children to go to work in the factories or down the coal mines at age 5. And women would be sent down the pits as well. And they would work sort of half naked, pushing wagons. There was a survey done in 1839 of 31,000 factory workers. And it was found that just over 3,000 were adult men. And of the rest, over 18,000 were children under 18. Now that is crazy numbers. And it wasn't unusual for these children to be working from 5 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. There's a story of a 7-year-old child being found outside some factory gates at 2 o'clock in the morning. And when he was asked what he was doing, he told the man that his mum didn't have a clock, so he didn't know what the time was. And he had to make sure he was on time because the previous day he'd been beaten for being late. And that's a 7-year-old boy. And it's so sad when you sort of read about this period of history. And what had happened, a lot of the country people had moved into towns, and basically they were slaves. They'd become enslaved to the Industrial Revolution. In the cottage industries, a handloom spinner would make about 25 shillings a week. When the women went into the factories, they were making about 5 shillings a week, which is nothing. Basically, the north of England, the towns, Manchester, Wigan, Bolton, Rochdale, and into Yorkshire as well, they were just slums. They were places for people to live when they weren't working. They were slum infested with rats, cockroaches. Disease was rampant. It must have been a horrible time to be alive as a normal person. It's very, very sad. But the cooperative wholesale societies were sort of made as a reaction to that. They were created to try and break the stranglehold that the mill owners, the factory owners, and the mine owners, the stranglehold they had on the north of England. And then they did a good job. They faced a lot of opposition. Some of the members of the cooperative societies were actually very badly beaten up. But when you read stories of children aged sort of 5 and 6 going down the coal mines who were so hungry, they used to eat the collier's candles. It makes you realise how desperate things must have been for people. And the founders of the cooperative societies must have been quite far-seeing people. They wanted to give people a better chance at living and a better living standard. And what the societies did, they produced their own food, they imported their own food, and they distributed their own products through cooperative societies. Now, we can date this pot to about 1872. Yeah, that's probably as old as it is, because we know in 1872 the cooperative society officially became known as the Cooperative Wholesale Society, and it was based in Manchester at Middleton Junction. And there were quite a few cooperative societies around the north of England, in Lancashire and Yorkshire, and they're all set up with the sort of one purpose, which was to give people a better standard of living and try and get them out of this deadlock where they were totally dependent on the mill owners or the coal mine owners for everything. It's hard to imagine that when this pot was made, a person's life was valued at less than that of an animal. You know, children and women were sent down pits to push wagons along the galleries because they were cheaper to use than ponies. There's no compensation at work if your child died in a mining accident. You know, there's a good chance you get nothing. If your husband died, you know, you get nothing. You usually try to blame the miners for the accidents. One of my relatives, a long time ago, was in a mining accident. In fact, quite a few of them were in mining accidents, and there were no compensation schemes from the mine owners. The people were just they were just to be worked. You know, sometimes just worked to death to make a profit for the owners. So when you look at something like this, it's not just a pot. You know, there's a history to it, and I like that history. I like digging about and finding out what the history is of the things. You know, you can pick these up off the foreshore, and to some it's just a pot, just another pot with some writing on. But to me, it's more than that. It's a link to the past, and this is a link to a very dark period of our past, and my ancestors lived through it, and we know for a fact that quite a few of them were pit workers, mill workers, and they lived in appalling conditions. You know, 15 to a house, and it was a shocking time, and it must have been awful to be alive. But yeah, so it's nice. I like finding the history of the things that wash up and what they represent. And this was brilliant. Finding one piece was excellent, and to turn it into a planter, you know, Dogman was made up with that. So it's a nice basil plant. I'm sure that's not what it was created for. It was a jam pot originally, but yeah, upcycling at its best, I suppose. So there. Well, that's another good roundup. We had a good day out today. We saw Bramble retrieve another bottle, which was awesome. She's getting even better at it, getting better than me actually. Both had a good run. It was a lovely day, and I'm glad you could come and share it with us. And we'll see you soon. So stay safe, guys. A big thumbs up to everybody around the world, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.